Good afternoon and welcome to the 17th meeting of the Honolulu Liquor Commission. Please silence all of your electronic devices. If you're appearing today, please come forward, introduce yourself and your client and spell your name. And if you're here to testify on any matter, please come forward, introduce yourself, spell your name, and be sworn in with, by Ms. Arai. Before I go into the agenda, I'd just like to thank all of the members, employees of the Honolulu Liquor Commission who have served in our armed forces and who are currently serving in our armed forces. And also anybody in the audience that is serving or has served. And most importantly, I just want to have all of us remember those that gave the ultimate sacrifice for this great country of ours. With that being said, Commissioners, I see we have some minutes to consider.
Yes, Chair. Motion to approve the minutes of the 14th meeting as previously circulated.
Second.
It's been moved in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. The minutes of the 14th meeting as previously circulated is approved. Let's move into our public hearing. Calling agenda item number 1, application number 18-14485 from MBC Kailua LLC. Doing business as Maui Brewing Company Kailua.
Good afternoon, Chairman, Commissioners, Ms. Arai, Gabriel Provenza, on behalf of NBC Kailua LLC, doing business as Maui Brewing Company Kailua. To my right is Andrew Nelson, Vice President.
Thank you very much. Ms. Arai.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. This application has received 2 written protests, 0 letters in support. Applicant has met statutory requirements for the submission of this application. And for the record, a summary of the September 13th preliminary hearing testimony was provided to Commissioner Ganaban prior to the public hearing.
Thank you. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to testify for or against this application? Seeing none, Commissioners?
Mr. Provenza, we do have a couple protests here. Do you have any response?
Let's see. It seems like a common concern is noise, and just wanted to point out that we have experience operating 2 other locations at this point, and we use the same audiovisual company to do the speaker installations, and that also those speakers would also be used for any live music. And one of the things that he does for us is he sets up presets so that we can make sure that the noise level won't get too loud, and you don't have a common problem would be if you have 5 or 6 managers. They might have their own taste and they might put the speaker volume at different levels, but the presets helps us to control volume. One of our locations is in a hotel in Waikiki. And obviously the hotel is very sensitive to noise. I think we've only got 2 noise complaints, and we've been open for about 2 years. So we've addressed those noise complaints by making sure that the presets, the volume comes down at, I think it's 10 p.m.
Okay, thank you for that.
Any further questions or type of action?
I have a question, Mr. Nelson. The protest letters also both reference security and safety. Can you address those concerns raised by these 2 protesters?
Sure thing. I know that the location that we're going to occupy is an A&B property, and that the Lauhala shops will have 24-hour security. I believe, however, that one security guard is shared with the neighboring Whole Foods commercial complex area. But in addition, of course, all of our managers and employees are trained on identifying warning signs, whether it has to do with overconsumption of alcohol or otherwise. So I think that that approach will hopefully mitigate security issues.
Thank you.
Motion to approve application number 18-14485.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 1, application number 18-14485 is approved.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 2, application number 18-14560 from Uncles at Pearl Ridge LLC. Mr. Lu.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. To my right is Bruce Johnson. Basically, his trust owns the applicant LLC. He is present with counsel Wayne Luke. We have no changes in investigators report.
Thank you, Ms. Harai.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. This application has received 0 written protests, 0 letters in support. Applicant has met statutory requirements for the submission of this application. And for the record, a summary of the September 20th preliminary hearing testimony was provided to Commissioner Gannabon prior to the public hearing.
Thank you. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to testify for or against this application? Seeing none, Commissioners, do you have any questions or type of action?
Where is this? Where is the proposed location gonna be at? What part? What?
You know where Agu is?
Yeah.
Okay, we're facing the Agu. It's the entrance is right. It's right about 2 doors down from the doors.
Used to be Fun Factory.
Fun Factory, okay.
Yeah.
So your outside open space is gonna be facing towards
Parking lot.
the parking lot.
Yes.
Okay. And that is the only entrance you'll have from outdoor coming in?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, there's 3 doors that go into the building itself.
Nothing
But
from
they're all in
indoor in
front.
the mall? Nothing within the mall?
Not from the mall.
No, it's
No,
all
it's
from
all
the,
on the
all from the
opposite side.
parking, yes.
Okay, and then what type of barriers do you have outside of the exterior patio?
Yeah, it's stainless steel, cable, gable enclosure.
Okay. So are they extending the sidewalk on that side out there then for your
Yeah,
entrance?
they did.
They did,
Their
right?
sidewalk comes out and then they took out all the parking along there. So the parking is further out.
Yeah, you took the parking. I just went last week and I was wondering what was going on over there. Okay, just
Yeah.
wondering. All right. Okay, we're good? Yeah. Okay, motion to approve application number 18-14560.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 2, application number 18-14560 is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you. Okay, let's move into the license applications. These are special license applications. Agenda item number 3, application number 19-15257 from Workplay LLC.
Good afternoon, Chair, members of the Commission,
Good
Greg
afternoon,
Nishioka, agent for Workplace LLC, present.
Mr.
We received the investigative report, no changes.
Thank you very much. Okay, Commissioners, questions?
Mr. Nishioka, what kind of event is this?
This is a private invitation only event. Workplace is a, might say it's like a one-stop property management. They build, they plan it, they do the design, etc. They're bringing in their their clientele, their vendors in for a private by invitation only event.
So they are a development company?
Yes, but see, they also have a pending license application before the court, which comes for public hearing next month. Downstairs, they're located upstairs. Downstairs is what they have is like a coffee shop business going down, which they're trying to expand the what they sell there. So this is basically almost like almost a training session for the employees that they've hired in anticipation of the license being granted next month. And they have management personnel in place who are also working with the owners. With the
They have local management here?
Yes. Yes. Mr. Hassan is the member manager, and they're here. He's here.
And he's located here?
Yes. Yes. In fact, he's signed up, I believe, to take the training class. He wanted to do that
Okay.
in anticipation of the license being granted.
So this is just for a 3-day special license for a private party for clients,
Clients,
potential clients?
their clients, vendors, as well as their employees, some of their employees.
Okay. And who is going to be managing the alcohol service?
Basically, Mr. Hassan has hired a manager to run the downstairs operation that will control. That is part of the liquor license application that's pending, and he's been hired already. And my understanding is that he will be controlling the whole operation for this event.
Okay. And he has experience
Yes.
in the service
Yes,
of alcohol here?
yes.
Will you be attending this event or the other authorized agent, Mr. Roshin Sato?
Either of us can if that's what the commission desires. We'll be more than happy.
You are the authorized agent and the only one present here requesting this special license.
Well, definitely they will be there.
It's a 3-day party.
Uh-huh. It's a long party.
Actually, I think it's only for 2 days, but I think 1 day is to set up and to get things in place. And Mr. Hassan, in an essence of caution, just wants to make sure that everything is right, and if they have the alcohol coming in too.
We want to make sure everything's right too.
Okay, so I have one question,
This
Mr. Nishio.
Sure.
And this is a 21 and above
Definitely,
event, correct?
definitely,
There will be no minors allowed at all,
definitely.
correct?
Yes, sure.
Thank you.
I have a question, Mr. Nishioka. I understand the events put on by the company for clients and vendors, but the investigative report indicates no host liquor service, so they're gonna be charging their clients and vendors?
Yes.
Can
That's
you
what
explain? I don't understand that.
my understanding is, because he's trying to use this as a training for his employees. Again, in anticipation of license being granted, we see, we've had no protests or any opposition from the community. Mr. Hassan feels that would be the best thing to do, is to do it as a no-host. He wanted to do it as a no-host. And actually, in his opinion, that controls the consumption also. He's not in line to give out tickets or free drinks.
And it's just unusual, like my experience with businesses who host events, host the alcohol and the food. So that's why I asked.
Yeah, understood. Thank you. This is what they want to do.
Okay, motion to approve application number 191-15257.
Second.
It's been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 3, application number 19-15257 is approved with the stipulation that an aughorized representative will attend the function.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Calling agenda item number 4, application number 19-15428-1 and 19-15428-2 from Watabe Wedding Corporation.
Good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chairs, member. My name is Kiko Bukowski on behalf of the applicant. To my right is Mr. Tachida, also representing the applicant.
Thank you, commissioners.
Okay, motion to approve application number 19-15428-1 and 19-15428-2.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 4, applications number 19-15428-1 and 19-15428-2 are approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Calling agenda item number 5, application number 19-15439 from Arts Culture Merchants. Ms. Reed.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Nicole Reed for Arts Culture Merchants, etc. Group.
Thank you very much. Commissioners, agenda item number 5, you have the packet. Mhm. Before we go on, Ms. Cole, I would just like to ask one question for my own information. Is this event going to be affiliated with any other event at the same time, such as your last previous event, where you held an event and Aloha Towers held an event?
I don't think that was my license.
That was hullabaloo.
Hullabaloo?
Yes.
Yes, they
Yes,
had
it's
a
right.
ton
My
of
apologies.
I did not know.
My apologies.
I didn't bring Ja Rule down.
I
What
think
kind of music are you going to be having?
I think I got sidetracked because I didn't see Mr. Tyrone.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll see him soon. Not me though. Thankfully.
Commissioners?
Ms. Reed, you're requesting to have this go from 7:30 to midnight, correct?
Correct.
And this is for the two remaining first Fridays for 2018, and the one remaining, and then the first of 2019, correct?
Correct. That was what we had with DTS permitting. So I currently have the remainder for DTS in for 2019, but we wanted to just take January and December for this year.
You are aware of the your neighborhood board and your neighbors' protest against this midnight close down time, and that they would prefer to be 10 o'clock, correct?
Correct.
We approved you for 11 p.m. shutdown this previous 3 First Fridays. So I need you to make a very good case for why you would like it to be midnight.
To be honest, being able to continue to sell till midnight would address us closing more margin gaps as far as trying to cover our costs for the event. Currently, with us operating till 11, we have seen more revenues than we would, and we're not drawing more people by serving till 11 because the event continues till midnight no matter what. So for us being able to serve, I don't believe that we're going to generate any more sound or issues that would come from trying to serve and draw people for that service. People are down there predominantly for the venues and for what's going on inside of the venues, and of course what we're doing on the street. Currently, we've operated till 11 with success, and I've done my best to closely monitor with HLC along with HPD the noise, and so far from my information that I've received the day of the event from the investigators was that the noise that we're producing is within the levels that are allowable, and that regular measurements are giving us that data. So short of us being able to go up to these locations and measure from the source of the complaint, we're doing our best to manage it. That being said, we want to apply till midnight because that is within our legal right, but at the same time too, we also recognize that being part of this community means giving and taking. So the 10 o'clock, although restrictive, we did operate under for a number of months, and we absorbed the additional cost. The 11 o'clock allowed us a little bit more breathing room. Not a lot, mind you. From 10 to 11, we're maybe seeing $200 to $300 in sales additional. It's not astronomical. And like I said, the people that are there, they are already there. They're not drawing out because that we have beer and wine on the street. That's not the reason why they're showing up. However, I'm 100% in favor of supporting something in the middle. So if we could continue at 11, that would be ideal for us. We want to show that we can run this event and that we can serve beer and wine successfully till 11 without greater community impact. And if that shows through a number of events that we can do that and that 12 is manageable, then we'd be willing to try it. But we don't want to push it at the cost of having ire with the community around us.
Is there a reason why you're starting at 7:30 p.m. rather than earlier to try and capture more customers?
So that's a DTS issue because Hotel Street is a federally funded transit mall. There are stipulations on usage. So DTS told us that for peak ridership hours during First Friday on a work day, that there are more people that we're displacing if we go to 6:30.
Okay.
So if we can build the event, which we have been with Access Chinatown, who's built us a website and communications and hopefully drawing an earlier crowd, then we can show the city that if we do divert the buses, we're still bringing more people into the community than the diversions. But currently, DTS believes that 7:30 is a more accurate start time for the amount of people that we're drawing to still maintain the transit load of people that are moving through the city at that time on a Friday.
And what time are you proposing to stop the music?
Music stops at 10 no matter what.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, motion to approve application number 19-15439 with the following conditions: that liquor sales, service and consumption to end at 11 p.m. And 30 days after the event, you'll report back to the commission at a hearing with a post-event report.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 5, application number 19-15439 is approved with the conditions imposed in Commissioner Gannabon's motion.
Thank you.
Let's go into, Ms. Reed, let's do 22, your report on your last event.
Nicole Reed from Arts Culture Merchants.
Thank you.
There's no handout yet, Ms. Reed.
Yeah.
Was there any handout?
I sent one in the email for when I applied for the
Yes.
Okay, so basically, why don't you tell us how the event had, what kind of issues you had, and there were some other conditions on there, correct?
so yeah.
Yeah,
So-
so do that and we'll
Yeah,
I have an extra copy
Oh.
here.
Could we, could we just make some
Yeah,
extra
sure.
copies,
Sorry, I thought that was included when I submitted.
Thank you.
You can go ahead.
So our event in October was a little less frequented than the previous month, but we believe that was directly impacted by Honolulu and Halloween kind of preceding it. That being said, it was still a good turnout and in manageable numbers. We definitely don't want this to become a huge block party like Honolulu. This is really meant to be a small, single space block party every month. So our closures began on time at 7:30, and our event began at 8. We had one hot dog stand that was out giving people food and making that available. For full disclosure, for the vendors that aren't part of Chinatown, meaning they don't have leases in our community, we do charge them a vendor fee as a way to offset our costs. So there was a small amount that was made off of that food vendor. Our beer and wine service started at 8 and closed at 11. We had everything closed up and off the street by about 11:30. Music ended at 10 and that was closed up within a half an hour and off the street. 2 portable luas seem to be enough for everybody. The rental guys haven't indicated to us that they're getting overused or that we need to increase. HPD special duty was on hand, and we actually had one less. Oh, excuse me, we had a full. I have to resubmit this report. I'm looking at it and I'm finding my errors. It gets confusing every month I'm doing this, so I have to apologize. But we actually had full HPD. We had 1 sergeant, 2 motor, and 4 foot officers. There actually was no event or issue with HPD as far as patrons were concerned or over service this month. And we did fairly well according to our investigators by keeping all the licenses separate so that nobody was crossing out of licensed establishments and beverages. Other than that, we ran it well. Decibel readings were taken. We replaced the city waste bin liner and we closed it up. It gets confusing October and November in my mind because November just happened, but I'm recanting October, so I apologize.
Okay, very good. Can we hear from licensing investigator, please?
Enforcement.
Enforcement, excuse me.
Just scared. The licensing investigator.
Sorry, Scott.
Acting Enforcement Supervising Investigator Scott Perez. So we did have all of our investigators out that night. between the hours of 21:40 and 00:56. We did take sonometer readings on both ends of the event, so New Wano Hotel and Smith and Hotel. The outcomes of the readings show that the licensee, Ms. Reed, their event was within compliance. So there was also no noise complaints called to the complaint hotline, and no other violations were observed or citations issued.
Thank you very much. Commissioners, do you have any questions of Mr. Perez? Thank you. Okay, so no action is required on this,
No
correct?
actions.
Okay, very good. Thank you,
Thank
Ms.
you very
Cook.
much.
Good job. Thank you. So let's move on to agenda item number 6, is that correct?
Yeah.
Transfer application number 18-14301 from Lava 2.
Hello, Commissioners. My name is Richard McCall. I am the owner and operator of Latitude Waikiki.
So Mr. McCall.
Okay.
You're going to be doing room service.
No. Actually, we have not gone into doing room service at this time. Right now, our license does extend up, or what we're applying for extends up to the 12th floor of the previous license, like it was. But we have found that in order to keep things more secure, we're not delivering up to the floors. People are able to come down to the bar and they're able to order their food and their drinks and then take that up to the room. But we require everybody to show their license ahead of time. We only send alcohol up for that person. We don't send any additional alcohol whatsoever.
So the previous arrangement was that they had.
Oh, yeah. And in the future we want to do that, but at the moment while we're getting used to the hotel's process and what they want and what they're comfortable with, we have not started to do that.
But you're applying for a hotel license.
Yes, right. And we do plan to do that in the future. And our process for doing that is when the room delivery is done, is that we do the ID check at that time for the amount of alcohol that is going and being delivered. But we don't plan to do any. We're finding with that hotel there's not a lot of people that are requesting that.
I have one question.
Sure.
Okay. So I go down to your license area and I buy my food and I buy my alcohol and I go to my room.
Yes.
Is the alcohol container opened?
No.
Thank you.
Mr. McCall, I see here that you have a lot of experience in Waikiki, correct?
Yes.
Show you being at Coconuts, at Tiki's, at
Tiki Town.
Treehouse. So you are familiar with this area and the type of clientele,
Yes.
correct?
Yes. And I'd just like to say we've actually changed the atmosphere of that bar. That bar used to be one that was I don't know how to put it. We've
Loud
made it
and
more into a
rowdy.
restaurant.
Loud and rowdy?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. And since we've been there, we have not received any noise complaints from anybody at the hotel or from the community. And we have gotten no violations for serving to minors or anything like that. Our only one violation was for not turning in the report on our employees. But it was a miscommunication with me and Darren, the previous owner. I thought because we were operating under the Big Kahuna at that time, that he would turn in that report. And I had given that information to him. He thought that I had turned in the report. So in the future that won't happen.
into executive session.
Motion to convene into executive session.
Second.
Then moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye, we are now in executive session.
Your money's down and we're full.
Okay, thank you, we are now back on the official record. Commissioners, do you have any further question of the applicant or a type of action?
Yes, Chair. Motion to approve transfer application number 18-14301.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye, application is approved. That is on agenda item number 11.
Six.
Six.
Huh?
Yeah, you just did six.
6, I'm sorry. I lost my place. Okay, agenda item number 6, transfer application number 18-14301 is approved.
Thank you. Good luck.
Oh,
Thank
yes,
you.
11.
Oh,
Yeah,
11
yes,
too.
yes.
Yes. That's where I'm
Take
getting
11.
confused.
Yeah, that's what we got.
Calling agenda item number 11, application number 19-15459, Lava Tube Waikiki Inc. Mr. McFall.
120 days is enough.
Based on our calculations, it is.
Okay, if not, you'll be back.
Yes,
No, this is-
yes, I
This
definitely
is all
will.
he's got.
That's your, that's your last one. Okay,
Here we
This
go.
is all, the second
Okay.
one is the other.
Alright.
Gotta push him.
Yep. Okay, motion to approve application number 19-15459 for an additional 120 days.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 11, application number 19-15459 is approved for an additional 120 days. Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Commissioners.
Let's go to agenda item number 7, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, back on the track. Application number 18-14249 from Root L LLC, Mr. Luke.
Yes, to my right is Nana Tain, NANATHAIN. She is the Hawaii representative for the LLC. And the record reflect Wayne Luke as counsel and the authorized agent for the applicant. We have no changes to the investigators report.
Thank you very much. Commissioners,
Okay, motion to approve application number 18-14249.
Second.
been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 7, application number 18-14249 is approved.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 8, application number 19-14905 from Morgan Mello Enterprises. Gentlemen, please come forward.
Good afternoon, Chairman and Committee. My name is David Mello, President of Morgan Mill Enterprise Inc. This is
Craig Martin, General Manager of the Roundtable White Coffee.
Thank you very much. Commissioners, did we bring any samples?
next time we will.
Man.
We're almost in.
No. Strike that from the record.
You're not supposed to do that.
Great pizza.
Yeah, it's good. It's stuff.
Yep.
Okay, motion to approve application number 19-14905.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 8, application number 19-14905 is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you very
for
much.
coming. Calling agenda item number 9, application number 19-14981 from Y&K Partners LLC. Mr. Uyoka.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the Commission, Ms. Hirai. Good win, of course, never a doubt. Robert Uyoka on behalf of YNK Partners LLC, present to my right, Mr. Tadashi Yamamoto, he is the manager. At this time, we have nothing to add to today's report. Just want to mention this is a restaurant with Japanese style barbecue and hot pot located on the lower level of Waikiki Shopping Plaza. This is a Japan food alley concept of restaurants, and we do have signed landlord authorization authorizing the sale and service of liquor.
Thank you very much. Commissioners?
Okay, motion to approve application number 19-14981.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 9, application number 19-14981 is approved.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's try agenda item number 10, excuse me. Application number 19-15067 from EJI. How's that, gang?
That's good.
Corporation? Yeah?
Mhm.
Not bad for holiday, huh?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the commission. Mia Oceana on behalf of the applicant. Seated to my right is Hee Jun Hwang, president of the applicant.
Thank you.
We have no changes to the investigator's report with the caveat that I did only receive this yesterday afternoon.
Very good. Plenty of time, huh? 24, 25 hours? Thank you. Commissioners, do you have any questions or type of action?
Motion to approve application number 19-15067.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 10, application number 19-15067 is approved. Thank you for coming. Calling agenda item number 12, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Application number 19-15450 from Shore Fryer 2 Inc. Mr. Hu.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Commission members. Kenneth Hu appearing for the applicant. To my right is Mayuko, M-A-Y-U-K-O, Farinas, F-A-R-I-N-A-S. She's the president and sole shareholder of the applicant. She is
Thank you very much. Commissioners?
Motion to approve 10th application number 19-15450.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 12, application number 19-15450 is approved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming. Calling agenda item number 13, application number 19-15463 from IREM LLP. Mr. Luke.
Let the record reflect Wayne Lucas, counsel for applicant. Please withdraw this application. We are withdrawing this application.
Motion to withdraw agenda item number 13, application number 19-15463.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 13, application number 19-15463 is approved for withdrawal.
Thank you.
Thank you. Calling agenda item number 14, application number 19-15385 from Genius Lounge Inc. Mr. Luke again.
To my right is Daisuke Kano. Spelling has been provided. He is the general manager. In the record, Wayne Lucas, counsel and authorized representative for the applicant. We have no changes to the investigator's reports. We have received all the books from the former
Thank you, Mr.
corporation,
Thank you.
former stockholder.
So this is the new stockholder.
He's gonna be the general manager.
Motion to approve stock transfer application number 19-15385.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 14, application number 19-15385 is approved.
Thank you. Good luck.
Calling agenda item number 15, application number 19-15444, Korean Airlines Company. Gentlemen, welcome back.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. My name is Don Kim with Korean Air. To my right is General Manager Dong Hyuk Kim, D-O-N-G-H-Y-U-K, last name K-I-M. There's no changes to the investigator's report.
Thank you very much. Commissioners?
Okay, motion to approve stock transfer application number 19-15444.
Second.
Then moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 15, application number 19-15444 is approved.
Thank you very much.
Moving into special license request. This is agenda item number 16, request number 19-15120 from S. Min Corporation. Ms. Wu.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. I'm Min Young Woo on behalf of S-Min Corporation DBA Owners and Market. On my right is Manager Myung-hee Oh. Here is no corrections necessary in the investigative report.
Thank you very much. Commissioner?
This is my favorite Korean market.
Yeah. Okay, motion to approve request number 19-15120.
Second.
It's been moved in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 16, request number 19-15120 is approved
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioners.
with Commissioner Min's disclosure. Where's it?
Kalihi.
Oh, Khalid. Oh, that. Oh, yeah. Okay.
The one
By
right
the
at the
laundromat.
beginning. No, the one right at the beginning.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to agenda item number 17. This is request number 19-15498 from Wildlife Country Club.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, Commissioners, Mr. Rai. Rick Howard, appearing on behalf of Wildlife Country Club.
Very good. Have you had an opportunity to review? There is no investigative report.
Oh, it's that time of year again, huh?
It is.
Wow, already?
I'm early this year.
Flies by.
You must be a fast learner because I see you're by yourself.
So this is a waiver. Okay.
This is by approving this, we are
For Dennis Suhako,
Yes.
he's been on as an officer and director since 2002.
He's the internal auditor, so
Okay.
yeah, that's probably correct.
Okay, good. Yeah, good. Okay, motion to approve request number 19-15498.
Second.
been moved in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 17, request number 19-15498 is approved.
Thank you very much.
Have a great tournament. Thank you. Thank you for the good things you do for the community. Let's move into agenda item number 18, request number 19-15517, Free Spirits LLC. Mr. Goda.
Good afternoon, members of the Commission. Neo Gota, appearing on behalf of Free Spirits LLC. To my right is Matthew Choi, manager.
Commissioners?
Mr. Goto, what are we doing? We're moving the bar outside now, yeah?
Yeah, so they changed the layout, so it includes a street closure.
So it's not inside the building anymore?
Correct, it's outside.
Are you folks doing this just to play around with the layout or to improve anything or complaint or response to complaints or anything?
This
They did
this
a
not
street closure this
yeah,
year,
so
yeah.
they had the same layout at the last event, so it's just Howard Hughes
Okay.
changing the concept sort of.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't in response to any type
Okay.
of issues.
And the lighting that you folks had put in, that worked well with the last event? Cause I know that street's kinda dark.
They bring in these big white boxes that
Yeah,
you can see. Yeah,
that's what
worked
you're
out
talking
really
about, worked out
And then
well.
they have the stage and all the stages laying, so it's pretty bright over there.
Okay, okay.
That's good? Okay, motion to approve. Request number 19-15517.
Second.
Moved in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 18, request number 19-15517 is approved. Calling agenda item number 19, request number 19-15520.
Good afternoon, members of the commission. Yogota, appearing on behalf of Free Spirits LLC. To my right is Matthew Choi, manager. This is just to change the date of an already approved event.
Good. Motion to approve request number 19-15520.
Second.
Then moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 19, request number 19-15520 is approved.
Thank you very much.
Good luck, gentlemen. Let's move on to agenda item number 20. Agenda item number 20, request number 19-15449. Good afternoon, Ms. Mel.
Good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chair, and Commissioners. Robin Melto, the authorized representative for the Elephant Shack LLC. Requesting to withdraw the application.
Did you see this? Okay, you got it. Thank you, Ms. Orion.
So motion to withdraw. Approve request. Okay. Motion to approve request number 19-15449.
Second.
Then moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 20, request number 19-15449 is approved.
Thank you.
Let's call agenda item number 21. Request number 19-15513 from Ms. Chuang Fang. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Aloha, I'm Michael Gelfo, representing Rock Island LLC. This is my landlord. They're a new space, 1911 Kalakaua.
Hi, my name is Chong Fang Pan. This is a request for cancellation of a general restaurant license. Yes.
For the previous tenant. So I can start my.
Got it.
By all means, commissioners.
Okay. Motion to approve request number 19-15513.
Second.
Then moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 21, request number 19-15513 is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I have the type of action on agenda items number 23 through 35?
Yes, Chair. Motion for the adoption of decision and order for agenda items 23 through 35 inclusive.
Second.
Then moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 23 through 35 inclusive are approved. Okay. Let's move into, we'll have some time. Moving into adjudications.
Good afternoon, Chair, members of the Commission, Deputy Corporation Counsel Pedro Gata.
Thank you very much. Calling agenda item number 36, Aqua Lounge. Okay.
Good afternoon, Mr. Members of the Commission, Keith Kiyuchi for the license.
Chair, due to a conflict of interest, I will recuse myself from the matter.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Proceed, please.
As to item number 36, first I apologize, my client couldn't be here for reasons that'll be apparent when I explain what happened. She's had to go watch the bar today. So as to item number 36, waiving the charge and plea of no contest.
Motion to accept the no contest plea.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 36, the no contest plea is accepted.
Ms. Ogata.
This is a second offense requesting a $500 fine in this matter.
Second offense, when was the first?
The first offense occurred in 2017.
This was a woman who was training as a bartender, told my client that she had gone and gotten registered and got a bartender card and she hadn't.
And your client doesn't feel the need to have them present a
She
valid
will.
card
She
when
will
they
now.
attest to having it?
Yeah, she will now. I mean, I've gone through this with her, met with her on Tuesday and went through the procedures she needs to follow, and she's gonna be following that procedure. She just took the woman's word, which she should. The woman no longer works there.
Well, and she should, as the licensee, have some system to be aware of when those cards expire so that she can ensure that they come and get it removed.
She actually has to have a more extensive system. What's been happening to a lot of the bars is they've been hit by Homeland Security for I-9 violations. So that's one of the reasons she also came in on Tuesday for me to go through that. So a lot of the bars are tightening up the procedures that they've had. She's being
Good to hear. Motion to approve the recommended fine of $500.
Second.
It's been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 36, the recommended fine of $500 is approved. Calling agenda item number 37.
Again, good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the Commission, Keith Kyuchi for the licensee, waiving the both charges and a plea of no contest on both charges.
Motion to accept the no contest plea for charges 1 and 2.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 37, the no contest plea is accepted for charge number 1 and charge number 2.
Ms. Ogata, what's your recommendation for charge 1?
As for charge 1, it's a first offense. Recommendation is a $500 fine.
And as for charge 2?
As for charge 2, it is a second offense. Recommendation is a $350 fine.
Mr. Kyuchi.
This employee no longer works there. For a reason my client's not here today. She found out what happened. There's no excuse for what happened. She let the employee go. And it was the same employee, by the way, that did not clock in. So both charges are the same employee on the same date.
Motion to approve the recommended fines of $500 and $350 for a total of $850.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 37, the recommended fine of $500 for charge number 1, $350 for charge number 2 are approved for a total penalty of $850. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's move
Thank you,
then
Mr.
to
Kyuchi.
excuse me, agenda item number 38, the Cheesecake Factory.
Good afternoon, Chair O'Donnell, members of the commission, meeting you on behalf of the Cheesecake Factory.
Excuse me,
get
yeah.
Commissioner.
Let's get Commissioner Nishio back.
Now we're good. Good afternoon, Chair O'Donnell and members of the commission, meeting you on behalf of the Cheesecake Factory. We apologize, we have a shortage of managers right now, and I couldn't get a manager from Kapolei to come out with it tonight. But we are waiving reading of the charges and plead no contest to this.
Motion to accept the no contest plea.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 38, the no contest plea is accepted.
Ms. Ogata.
This is a first offense. Recommended fine is $500.
Mr. Chu.
Yes, it was a internal management misunderstanding. We're in the process of changing to a restaurant including entertainment. It was a new store opening. We had new managers coming through, training staff, and somebody said we had the hearing, we had the preliminary hearing, but the final hearing was going to be a week later. So somebody jumped the gun.
Nobody had the ability to check the license. It's right
I wish
there.
they would have called me.
I mean, it's right on the posted license. Thank you.
Motion to approve the recommended fine of $500.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 38, the recommended fine of $500 is approved.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Mr. Chu.
Too much cheesecake?
Record reflect that I have to wear the Wellesley tie. My daughter's a Red Sox fan.
Yeah, pretty good, sir.
Thank you.
I know that. Very familiar with that school, sir.
Yeah.
Let's call agenda item number 39, the 4-4. Take your time, brother. Take your time. Go on upstairs.
Aloha, Chair, Vice Chairs, Mr. Hai, and members of the Commission. Emmanuel Ziwakalam here on behalf of Cheers LLC, DBA The Four. To my right is Matthew, and I apologize for. Go ahead.
Meganai.
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 Mr. Zibakalam.
I'm sorry. If Bakalam isn't bad enough,
We're very disappointed, Mr.
we waive reading of the charges and enter in a plea of no contest.
Motion to accept the no contest plea.
Second.
Been moved in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 39, the no contest plea is accepted.
Ms. Okata.
This is he was between 46 and 60 days late in filing. Recommended fine is $700.
Mr. Zibakalam.
We apologize for the lateness. At the time of the reporting, there was actually a shift in management of the bar itself. Unfortunately, that resulted in the late reporting. Additionally, there were some financial issues from the previous management, which attributed to the late reporting as well. Since then, we have submitted all the correct documents and are up to compliance for running the establishment.
So how long has your client been running the establishment?
He's been a member since the originally.
For 5 months.
5 months. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. 5 months.
Okay, alright. And so everything is in order now, and you folks know how to proceed for this next year coming up?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Seeing as this is a first time violation, my motion is to issue a letter of reprimand. Second.
She's the I'm sorry.
Moved in second, letter of reprimand.
Okay, agenda item number 39. Wait, no, hold on, I'm sorry, I was distracted. Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I vote aye. Agenda item number 39, a letter of reprimand will be issued.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, okay. Let's get back on track here. Calling agenda item number 40, Kona Brewing LLC.
Hello, my name is Scott Alexander. I'm representative of Kona Brewing Company.
Actually, Chair, members of the Commission, before I read the charges, I'm going to be moving to dismiss charge number 1. Mr. Alexander did submit some documentation to show that he did in fact have a manager on premises and on duty during the time that the citation was issued. Therefore, I'm going to move to dismiss charge number 1.
Okay, can I have a motion please?
Motion to approve the dismissal for charge number 1. Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 40, charge number 1 is dismissed.
As for charge number 2, on or about March 1st, 2018, in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii, licensee utilized an electronic or otherwise recorded payroll registration for the purpose of keeping employee time cards or other adequate records in accordance with Rule 3-82-38.4 without first obtaining the administrator's approval in violation of Rule 3-84-38.4 subsection C of the Rules of the Liquor Commission of the city and county of Honolulu.
Sir, how would you like to plead?
No contest.
Motion to accept the no contest plea. Second.
Then moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 40, charge number 2, the no contest plea is accepted.
Ms. Ogata.
This is a first offense. Recommended fine is $250.
Sir, would you like to make any comment?
Yes, we pride ourselves in being in compliance. I will say literally the day after that, if you look at the dates of the documents submitted, on the second I came down, requested the letter for permissions to use electronic payroll because we were unaware. Again, negligence does not make it okay. But as soon as we became aware that we needed permissions, we applied for that permission, were granted. Since then, we've done several other things. We use a hot schedules program, which every single team member who has a blue card is logged in there with the date of expiration, so that 2 weeks prior to that expiration, they will no longer be able to be scheduled, so that they will have to come in and get a new blue card and get that set up, so that we'll no longer have the possibility of having anybody with an expired blue card moving forward. So we're just trying to do the best we can to be in compliance and not have anything like this happen.
Thank you for being proactive. And yes, I do recall you folks were approved for the electronic payroll registration. That being said, my motion is to issue a letter of reprimand.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 40, a letter of reprimand will be issued.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, let's move into agenda item number 41. Calling agenda item number 41, Lap Lounge.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, the Commission, Keith Kiyuchi for the licensee.
Chair, due to a conflict of interest, I will recuse myself.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner.
Item number 41, we waive reading and charge and or plea of no contest.
Motion to accept the no contest plea.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 41, the no contest plea is accepted.
Ms. Ogata.
This is the first offense of this kind. Recommended fine is $1,000.
I need to explain to the Commission, I talked to Ms. Ogata about this, but as you recall, the Commission revoked Lap Lounge's license, filed administrative appeal with Judge Hiroka. Judge Hiroka denied the appeal. However, we've agreed not to appeal Judge Hiroka's decision. The license will be turned in as of November 30.
What was the number?
November 30.
November, okay, very good.
This specific incident occurred when the license was under suspension. An employee turned the lights off and on when the Commission investigators came in.
That's a familiar trick.
Yeah, unfortunately.
A flickering fluorescence.
Real obvious.
Yes.
Motion to approve the recommended fine of $1,000.
Second.
Then moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 41, the recommended fine of $1,000 is approved. Let's call agenda item number 42, Lap Lounge.
That's the agenda item number 42, waive reading and charge and or plea of no contest.
Motion to accept the no contest plea.
Second.
Then moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 42, the no contest plea is accepted.
Ms. Ogata.
This is also a first offense. Recommended fine is $1,000.
Mr. Kyuchi.
Same explanation previously, but this was one of her employees checked online and the employee went to trial and was convicted of prostitution.
Motion to approve the recommended fine of $1,000.
Second.
Then moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 42, the recommended fine of $1,000 is approved.
Thank you.
Could we have Commissioner Cheryl? Don't sit down, Mr. Murphy. Come forward.
Me already?
You have
Oh, yes, sir, right
you
on
have
time.
perfect timing. Otherwise you would. Okay, very good. Okay, calling agenda item number 43, Murphy's Bar and Grill.
Soon to be Marcus. Good evening, Chairman, Commissioners, Ms. Harai, Don Murphy, Murphy's Bar and Grill.
On or about March 17, 2018, in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii, licensee sold, served, or furnished intoxicating liquor to a minor or allowed consumption of intoxicating liquor by a minor, specifically Catherine Woolley, at the licensed premises in violation of Section 281-78, subsection B, 1A of the Hawaii Revised Statutes.
How would you like to plead, sir?
Guilty.
Motion to accept the guilty plea.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Aye. Agenda item number 43, the guilty plea is accepted.
Ms. Ogata.
This is a fourth offense. As such, I'm gonna be moving for a license suspension. This was at the St. Patrick's Day event that occurred, and it appears from the report that it was a handoff type situation where somebody who did have a wristband purchased alcohol, handed it off to somebody in the crowd, where the investigators observed the person without the wristband, checked their IDs, and Honolulu Police Department became involved. I'm gonna ask for a 7-day suspension.
Okay, so I have a couple of questions. First of all, what are the dates of the previous violation?
The previous violations occurred in 2016, 2015, and 2014.
So the first one you gave me was 2015? 16, and what was?
15, and
16, what date in 2016?
March 17, 2016,
Should have known that.
and say March 17, 2015, and March 17, 2014.
Okay.
Mr. Murphy, do you have any comment?
Yeah, I do. First of all, I'd like to apologize to you guys for putting you in this situation. I know that you guys know that we try to do everything the right way, and I hate to put you where you got to come down on me, but that's what it is. This St. Patrick's Day thing has grown over the last 30 years immensely. It's the largest single event put on by one single place in the country on St. Patrick's Day, according to the people from Guinness. Of course, there's towns that have bigger ones and groups of restaurants and bars get together, but this one is the biggest put on by a single one. Every year we try to improve on it and beef up security and everything. This past year was just was bigger than we ever thought it was going to be. Next year will be much more mellow because it's on a Sunday, we hope. But I've met with the police department, Department of Transportation. I'm putting together a plan that I'd like to meet with, I don't know who would be from the Liquor Commission, one of your investigators or whatever, to go over probably in early January to start formulating what we need to do. I know this year I spent well over $10,000 on security, and it's going to have to be more this year.
Okay, so my question is this, Mr. Murphy. What happened to the people that, the adult and the minor?
Nothing. They just let them go.
They let them go?
Yeah.
I don't know, I have no information as to what happened to the adult, but all of the minors were cited by Honolulu Police Department and are still in the middle of their criminal cases right now.
Okay, so there was some, okay.
So Ms. Ogata, this is not a compliance issue then?
No.
Okay.
It's an issue of an adult passing.
on.
Passing.
Thank you. And do you have a time of this particular citation?
This particular citation was issued at 9:21 p.m.
And does your file indicate who of the licensee was served with the citation?
This was Jonathan.
Schwalbe Nitz. Yeah.
Yes.
He's my manager.
And Ms. Ogata, do you have any information about the age of the of Catherine Woolley, who is listed in the charge?
Catherine Woolley. I'm sorry, I do have her citation. Her date of birth was listed as December 2nd, 1997. So at the time she was 20 years old.
Any further questions? Motion to convene into executive session.
Second.
Then moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. We're now in executive session. Okay, excuse me. Okay, we are now back on the official records, commissioners.
Yes, Chair. My motion is to issue a $2,000 fine.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 43, a $2,000 penalty will be issued. Let's call agenda item number 44, Murphy's Bar and Grill.
Good evening, Don Murphy, Murphy's Bar and Grill.
On or about March 17, 2018, in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii, licensee sold, served, or furnished intoxicating liquor to a minor or allowed consumption of intoxicating liquor by a minor, specifically Jackson Hernandez Diaz, at the licensed premises in violation of Section 281-78, subsection B1A of the Hawaii Revised Statutes.
How would you like to plead, Mr. Murphy?
No contest.
Motion to accept the no contest plea.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 44, no contest plea is accepted.
Ms. Ogata.
As this is another fourth violation, my recommendation is going to be a 7-day suspension.
What was the factual basis for the citation?
Similar with the previous one, it appeared to be a handoff type situation, where there was an individual without a wristband who was approached by our Liquor Commission investigators. It was discovered that this person was in fact a minor, and he was cited. He's apparently 19 years old.
Thank you.
And where did this occur?
This was at the St. Patrick's Day event as well.
But inside
in the outside area.
General area.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Murphy, any comment?
No, I'd just like to say that the street area is where we have the problems. That's where we're really going to concentrate on security and more spotters. We have plenty this year, but we're going to have more next year. Going into the parking lot, we have the events in there. We can check everybody, and we can check backpacks and everything. And the same going into Murphy's. The city won't allow us to check backpacks. We can't tell them we want to see what's in your backpack. My understanding was in one of these incidents, it was somebody that had a Heineken bottle, and we don't even serve Heineken bottles.
They brought in their own alcohol.
Yeah, they brought in their own. And then the other one was a bottle of liquor, a small bottle of Jameson's, and we don't even serve. We serve Jameson's, but not in the small bottles. But, it's just, that's where we're going to have to concentrate all of our efforts next year.
Got it. Okay, thank you for that. Motion is to issue a $2,000 fine. Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 44, a $2,000 penalty will be issued. Calling agenda item number 45, Murphy's Bar and Grill.
Don Murphy, Murphy's Bar and Grill.
On or about March 17, 2018, in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii, licensee sold, served, or furnished intoxicating liquor to a minor or allowed consumption of intoxicating liquor by a minor, specifically Dylan Ray Meili Kelso, at the licensed premises in violation of Section 281-78, subsection B1A of the Hawaii Revised Statutes.
How would you like to plead?
No contest.
Motion to accept the no contest plea. Second.
It's been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 45, the no contest plea is accepted.
Ms. Ogata.
Recommendation is a 7-day license suspension, as this is also a fourth violation.
Mr. Murphy, any comment?
No.
Ms. Ogata, can you again give us the factual basis for the
No problem.
citation?
Similar with the prior two, this was not a compliance issue. This was apparently a handoff type situation where our liquor investigators observed somebody without a wristband, approached them outside in the street area. It discovered that he was in fact 18 years old and issued a citation.
Thank you.
And this was in the same area that
In the same area,
street
yeah.
area that
Merchant Street.
Merchant Street. Okay. Motion to issue a $2,000 fine.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 45, a $2,000 penalty will be issued.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy.
Okay, thank you guys. And again, I'm sorry to
Yeah.
put you in
Thank
this
you for
situation.
that.
Thank you.
I appreciate
Work hard on next year.
Yeah. You're missing a good football game.
it. Aren't we all?
Calling agenda item number 46, Rock Island Cafe. Mr. Lee.
It's been a while. James Lee, representing Rock Isle Cafe. Now, I guess NKA is the SNS Thai Kitchen.
And with you today is
Seated to my right is the member of the LLC. Virasak Bong Prat Chan. First name Veerasak. Bong Prat Chan BONGPHRACHANH.
thank you.
On or about April 11, 2018, in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii, licensee made physical alterations within its licensed premises, to wit, converting storage areas into a full kitchen without prior written approval of the Liquor Commission in violation of Rule 3-83-62, subsection A of the Rules of the Liquor Commission of the city and county of Honolulu.
Mr. Lee, your plea.
No contest.
Motion to accept the no contest plea.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 46, the no contest plea is accepted.
Ms. Ogata.
This is a first offense. Recommended fine is $500.
Mr. Lee.
Promise that will never happen again. He had been told that by the previous owner who was here earlier that he wanted to expand kitchen, and he was told that yeah, you can do that, and he did so unknowingly.
So he knows to call you first now.
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, although it was after the fact that all the proper paper application had been filed and had been approved.
Motion to approve the recommended fine of $500.
Second.
It's been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 46, $500 penalty will be issued.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioners, agenda item number 47, can I have a motion to ratify?
So moved.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 47, the administrative action report for August and September is ratified. Agenda item number 48,